You're watching Las Vegas 1. News and information 24/7.
This week on In Business Las Vegas, Boyd Gaming makes Station an offer the troubled company may not be able to refuse.
Plus, the president's stimulus could cause headaches for your company.
And the state moves to crack down on loan modification companies. We'll have the details in Business Las Vegas next.
Now from Las Vegas 1, this is In Business Las Vegas.
Welcome to this edition of In Business Las Vegas, your source for the top business news of the week.
From the resources of the Las Vegas Sun, Channel 8 Eyewitness News, and In Business Las Vegas. Right now, let's take a look at our top story.
The Las Vegas locals market could be closer to a recovery than the Strip. That's why one analyst says Boyd Gaming's offer to buy Station Casino's assets may make good business sense. Boyd has mothballed its Echelon project on the Strip, but it still has $2 billion in revolving credit. Boyd told Station this week that it's willing to pay $950 million in cash for most of Station's assets. The move would give Boyd control of almost all of the Valley's local casinos. Boyd is making the offer to buy some Station properties despite a loss in the fourth quarter. The gaming company lost nearly $221 million. That compares with the net income of $31.2 million the year before. The director of gaming research at UNLV says Boyd is in a good position to make the offer despite its fourth quarter results.
If any company is going to have the confidence of investors and lenders, it would probably be Boyd. They've proven that they know what they're doing very well. Very big success in Atlantic City with the Borgata. They've been successful in many markets as well as Las Vegas.
Boyd Gaming posted a loss of $223 million for all of 2008. That's down from a profit of $303 million the year before.
MGM Mirage is talking with Deutsche Bank to secure additional financing for City Center. According to the Review Journal, Deutsche Bank would provide MGM Mirage with up to $700 million to finish City Center. And in exchange, MGM Mirage would either operate the Cosmopolitan project or take it over and give Deutsche Bank an equity stake in City Center. The Cosmopolitan sits on land next to City Center. Deutsche Bank foreclosed on the property last year after developer Ian Bruce Eichner defaulted on a $760 million loan. The $9.1 billion City Center is scheduled to open in October.
And Las Vegas Sands Corporation saw its stock price sink to a new low this week. The stock, which traded at $150 a share just a year and a half ago, hit $2.13 this week. The recession is taking a toll locally while the company has had to deal with tightened visa restrictions the past few months in the Macau market. One analyst anticipates a 2009 loss of 33 cents per share for Las Vegas Sands. That's down from an earlier forecast of 24 cents per share.
When resorts' profits evaporated in the fourth quarter, the company reports a net loss of $159.6 million. Now that compares with net income of $65.5 million in 2007. Profits were also down for the year. Wynn recorded net income of $210.2 million in 2008. That's down 18.5% from the year before. Company representatives blame the result on a tax payment of nearly $100 million and a drop in business at its Las Vegas properties.
Jeff, 2009 got off to a slow start at McCarran International Airport. The airport reported a little more than 3 million passengers in January. That's down 15.7% from last year. U.S. Airways and United Airlines saw the largest declines. McCarran's largest carrier, Southwest, saw passenger numbers dip 10%.
The Convention and Visitors Authority is fighting back against what it says is a recent perception that we're no longer a serious place to do business. The Convention Authority says companies are canceling Las Vegas conventions at alarming rates. During the past 30 days, the LVCVA says Las Vegas has experienced cancellations worth $20 million in business, and now it's fighting back.
The campaign that we kicked off this morning is going to run for the rest of the calendar year 2009 at a minimum and possibly into 2010. It's really meant to reach the decision maker or the influencer who makes the final decision on where that convention, trade show, or conference goes to.
One ad is already in print and the other is soon to follow. The Valley's newest resort opens its doors this weekend. The $700 million M Resort at St. Rose Parkway and Las Vegas Boulevard South will hold its grand opening on Sunday, March 1st. The M features 400 rooms, a 92,000 square foot casino, 9 restaurants, and 5 bars. It's the latest project by the Marnell family, which brought the Rio to Las Vegas back in 1990. The M opens at a time when casinos in the Valley are struggling. But in this week's Q&A, M Resort Chairman and CEO Anthony Marnell III says he won't measure its success in the short term.
Success to me right now is absolutely about survival. That's it. There's no other measure for success right now, and it doesn't have anything to do with the casino or a car company or construction company or a retail company. It's all about survival. And if you can do that and get through this time, then to me this is a very big win. It's a very big win. And I didn't want to do this for the next 12 months. This is a 20-year ride.
And we should note the M is opening ahead of schedule. It was originally set to open in May. And read more from that interview with Anthony Marnell III in this week's print edition of In Business Las Vegas. Joining me right now is In Business gaming reporter Rick Vallata. Rick, of course, did the Q&A with Anthony Marnell III. We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
Some other big news this week, as you well know. I mean, 2 big stories. I got the M opening up on March 1st, but Boyd kicked off the week making that offer for a chunk of Station casinos. Station says it's evaluating the offer as we're taping. Is the Boyd offer a better deal for Station bondholders?
At this point, it really is. And the thing that's kind of interesting about this is that it was a great strategic move by Boyd, because now the bondholders for Station have to make a decision.
Right.
Do they want to take the deal that Station management is offering them, or do they have this other deal that Boyd has that might be better for them?
And talk about coming in at a time when Station is on the ropes. I mean, Boyd is really, the timing here is impeccable.
Opportunities, that's what they're doing.
Boyd's going forward with the offer, even though it did lose a sizable chunk in the fourth quarter like a few other companies. Does this deal make financial sense for Boyd?
Well, at this point, I think you'd have to say that it does, because right now, Echelon there's nothing happening there. So a lot of the money that they have put together to get Echelon going is sitting. So they have the resources. I think they said $2 billion in resources to be able to do this deal with Station. So at this point, for them, it makes sense. And one of the pieces that you had earlier said that that maybe the locals market is doing a little bit better than the strip market at this point. They're taking an opportunity here where they are really strong. Locals is where they're at. Downtown properties are where they're at. So this makes good sense for them.
We got some more proof this week that obviously visitation down. McCarran's numbers fell off a cliff, down almost 16% in January. We haven't seen a year-to-year drop like that. I think you have to go back to 1981 to see something like that. Is this pain being felt by all carriers across the board, or are certain ones getting hit worse than others?
Just the latter. Most of it's just in just a few carriers that are doing well. Everybody's participating in this. Right now, you have Allegiant that's growing. You've got Virgin America that's growing here in this market. They're struggling kind of nationwide, but they're doing well in this market. And then you've got the Canadian carrier WestJet that's doing very well in this market. Surprisingly to me, American was up over last year, which I don't know that anybody really expected that and saw that coming, but there it is. They're doing better. But you've got US Air cutting capacity, United cutting capacity, Southwest even cutting capacity. So those carriers are going to be off.
Let's talk about the M Resort. Obviously a horrible economy. How does he plan to get people in the door? How worried is he about the economy, and how's he going to drum up business?
Well, as he mentioned, survival is the real key at this point. But he has great visibility. He's going to be the first property that people see when they come in from California, the last property they see when they go out. So he does have that. But he's also counting on the reputation of the Rio. This is like the Rio was when it was first opened, and that's what he's counting on. He wants people to remember back to when the Rio opened and say, this is what I really want in my casino property, so I'm going to go there and experience what it was like back then.
Yeah. We've got about 30 seconds left. Is he worried about cannibalizing business from other casinos and they doing the same to him?
Sure. obviously this is not a growth market right now, and I think a lot of what he was banking on was that nice, housing development right around the M to feed this.
Hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't happened, and so you've got to worry if you're one of these other casinos that are in the immediate
and he
area.
sees real quick. He sees his competition really not so much South Point, but being Green Valley Ranch
because of the way that the place lays out. Yeah,
absolutely. All right, Rick Vallada, appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us, Dana.
Thanks, Jeff. Marriott International is expanding its timeshare resort off the Strip. The hotel giant plans to break ground on a third tower at the Marriott Grand Chateau just east of Las Vegas Boulevard near Harmon. Marriott is also planning a fourth tower at that property. Once completed, the Grand Chateau will house 895 villas. A Marriott representative says the resort generated $110 million in sales last year. And when in business comes back, the legislature takes aim at loan modification companies. We'll tell you why the stimulus may mean more busy work for your company. Don't go away.